Evening folks, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've got a P1RC Mazda Touring Car Cup. So we've got round 3 tonight. This is the Thursday lobby, so there are 2 lobbies. There's a Sunday lobby and a Thursday lobby. That's just to split the drivers up, as there's a few guys turning up in P1 now, and some of the guys can't race Sunday, some of the guys can't race Thursday, so they split the lobbies. So tonight we're coming from Kyoto Driving Park. This is the Miyabi layout. Not a lot to it really. It's a great big oval with a couple of sort of one big chicane and one little chicane in it. So it'll be all out racing tonight. Who have we got in the room? We've got Dory, Don Dotto, Rouse Cien, Baba, Ewok 117, Baggy Snails, Rose Mike, Steve Scooby, Job 72, West Ham Daz, and Rear Wheel 72 man as well. Magpac's just joined the room, that's good. So 9, 10, 11 drivers on track. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 more join. So we've got a 20-minute quali tonight, and then we have a 40-minute race. So settings for this are slipstream is set on strong, tyre wear is on times 10, fuel is on times 4, damage is on light, so if they do get damage it will repair itself as they go around the track, so they won't have to pit for that. They will have to pit in this race, you will see. So here we go then. Raul just starting quali. Noise to die down, and I'll try and read out some results for you. So as I say, this is round 3. Currently leading this Thursday championship is Rouse Baba with 43 points. On 31 points behind him is Don Dotter. 27 points in 3rd place is Scraffinator. Big Les Cunning 4th, 26 points. Lewis 72 on 22 points. 14 points behind him is Jarv 72. Excuse me. Behind him we've got Dizzy. Oh, where's that gone? Dizzy AL3. So he's only raced 1. He's got 12 points. Equal to him with 12 points is Dory as well. And we've got Ewok 117, 1 point behind it with 11 points. And again another 1 point behind him with 10 points. Steve Scooby. And we've got West Ham Daz on 9 points. Pot on 8 points. Baggy Snails currently with 6 points. And then 4 points for Convicts Popeye. Mad Quack is on 3 points. The last 4 drivers are on 0 points, so Stewie Mac, Champ, Tatey Lives, and Whitey Unbeatable. So let's just have a look at times then. So, oh, sounded like a bit of an incident. So Jarv 72 then currently holding fastest lap with a 140.3. Evening Stewie, how you doing mate? Good to have you on board. CJ, thanks for jumping in. Oh, okay, I didn't. He was probably looking for to have a race with Baggy Snails and stuff in the GR3s. Maybe didn't know they were part of the team versus team event. Who knows? So Steve Scooby in 2nd place on a 40.4. Don Dotter in 3rd, 41.0 for him. Ewok 117. He's on 41.0. Dory in 5th place on the grid at the minute, 41.2 for him, fastest lap. Rose Mike, new driver. I think he was here last week. Or did he dive into the Sunday lobby? I can't remember. I have seen him race though, but currently on a 45.9 in 8th place on the grid at the minute. Missed a couple through going across the line. Yes, I have. So Steve Scooby now up to 2nd. Oh yeah, he was already there. Dotter Ewok, yeah, Mad Quack now. We just watch him going off track. A 41.1 for him, 5th place. Dory Dory, 41.2. West Ham Daz, 41.4. Rose Mike on that 45.9. Rear Wheel 72, 50.8. Maggie Snails, 42.5 for him, 8th place. Rear Wheel 72 on a 41.6 now. And Rousey and Baba yet to put a hot lap in. So 11 drivers on track. Just pulling over, going for a bit of a ghost. Rousey, and then he's putting a fly, 40.2 for Raoul. Guys sporting dark smoke stickers on their car, just for CJW that is. Got a P1 logo, got a turtle terrorist on the front corner of Raoul's car. So a lot of these guys also rocking the FU Cancer sticker as well. You can see on the side of Jarve's car there. Can you see it? There you go, great big purple sticker. So that's just a bit of a shout out to Baggy Snails and Stewie Mac. We did an FU Cancer event the other week, team versus team event against the Next Gen Mini Boys. Raised a bit of money too, why not? So Steve Scooby still in 3rd then, 40.4 on that 2nd lap. Not managing to beat that at the minute. Dotter consistent 41.40s. Yeah. Still only 4th place on the grid. Dory Dory, just watch running wide. So 40.6 for him. Ewok 117, he's on a 40.7. West Ham Daz has put a quicker one in, lap 5, 41.2 for him, just in the pits. So Baggy Snails now down in 9th place. He has gone quicker, 41.2. Running a bit wide through there though. Find a driver. So we'll go on board with Steve Scooby for a lap. So he's just come across the start finish line. He's going around this long right hander. He can almost keep the power all the way on around that one. Little lift just to stop the car running too wide. Full power through these S's. He's had to have a little lift. Maybe because he's on the racing mediums. Hard on the brakes for this, almost a hairpin. Getting careful not to run it wide, and then through this last little chicane. Back out to the start finish straight, and that's pretty much it for a lap of Kyoto driving part Miyabi circuit. We'll stick with him for another lap, why not? It's a short enough lap. Fourth round there then for Steve Scooby. He's just hemorrhaging places at the minute. Dory Dory's gone fastest so far. Rear Wheel 72's putting a good time. That's chucked him into 3rd. I'll go and have a look at those. So Dory Dory has done a 39.9. It's a quarter of a second quicker than Raoul. Rear Wheel do a 40.2 for Rear Wheel, chucking him in 3rd place on the grid. He's only just behind Raoul CM Baba as well. So Jarvin was P1, now been pushed down to 4th place. Steve Scooby not that far back either. guys hitting the 40s. So West Ham does just the first driver on screen there not to have hit 40 so far. Baggy Snails has not managed to hit the 40. Rose Mike's all over the place with his times. Mad Quack's in the pits. So Rowland's got another quick lap in a 39.921 for him. That's versus Dory Dory's 39.986. Let me just share this about a little bit. He's pushed himself up into 5th place, 40.297. Steve Scooby sat in the pits. What's he done? That was that second lap of a 40.4, wasn't it? So Ewok 117 then. 7th place for him on the grid. Less than a second off the pace. Western Daz. Better time on that last lap, a 41.0 for him. Back out on track then, his first hot lap of 41.9. And Rose Mike, as I say, just having a bit of trouble with this car. Looks like he's playing on pad as well by the look of it. Dotter's then put in a faster lap at 39.8. So I'm sure we'll see Raoul start to put the pressure on. He does like a pole position, does Raoul. Yes, Stewie, it is good to see Baggy Snails back racing. Where is he? 8th place. Blamo, here he is. He's looking pretty good tonight. He didn't go on well the other night in the GR3s. Apparently, he wasn't, couldn't quite get the setup right for himself. He looks not bad tonight. Snails, who we're on with now, and Stewie Mack has just piped up in the chat. Both recently come out of hospital for cancer surgery, and that's why the boys are all rocking the FU cancer logos. Has he got one? Yes, he has. Just there you go, the rear number plate. It's got a little symbol down the side as well. Oh, then he's lost it, smashed it into the wall, dented the front end of his nice shiny Mazda. So we'll leave Baggy Snails alone then, because he might be watching the chat and getting a bit paranoid that we're watching him. So, yeah, he's pushed himself up into 8th though as Baggy. 40.7. Just coming in for a new set of racing mediums. Back in the pits looking for fresh rubber as well. Don Dotter still holding that fastest lap, 1:39.8. So we'll just see what Raoul can do now. He's come out of the pits with fresh tyres. Let's have a little lap with Raoul. So this is actually part of a bigger track. If you look over to the left, there's a track leading off up there. That's the other side of Kyoto driving park. That's the Yamajiwa section. I quite like that track. This track for me is yeah, it's alright to race around. It's just a bit easy though, isn't it? But it'll make some good racing in these cars, and that's why it's been chosen. It's a short track. All these races have been set up on short tracks. The slipstream on strong, it does make for some good racing, a lot of overtakes. You see Raoul's on purple sectors. Told you he likes pole position. Steve Scooby just maybe slowing him up a little bit through there. Raoul not managing to keep as much power on as he wanted. He will get a bit of a toe off Steve Scooby down the start finish straight. Maybe that I will. Hey, there you go, look. 39.7 for Raoul. 5 minutes left of this quali. So we've got Don Dotter to put all the work in now. Well, why has he suddenly disappeared? That's what I was meant to do. So let's just stick with Don Dotter, see what his lap times are like. So he's gone purple, then over half a second quicker. Carry that momentum to the line. Let's just stick with him as he comes around these last corners. Oh, he's coming in the pits. You're on for a good time then, Don. I don't know why you came in. Jarve practicing burning his clutch out. Less brake, Jarve. Less brake. Little teeny bit. That's all you need to see is a little teeny bit on screen. It will hold you. Or use the handbrake. That's the one. That's what people have been telling me. A little teeny bit of brake. That's what I've been using. But a lot of people are saying use the handbrake button instead. Yeah, better start. Dory going for a 3-lane manoeuvre into the pits. So we were with Raoul and Don Dotter looking to put in hot laps. Don Dotter's just come in fresh rubber. So we'll see what he can do. We've got 3.5 minutes left of this race. Race quali. Dory back out of the pits. Mad Quack back in the pits. Yeah, I thought so, Stewie. I thought so. I've not used it myself yet. I fear I'm going to mess it up. So Don Dotter is putting in purple sectors. I can imagine Raoul probably is too. So I outlap, so Don Dotter has got quicker, 39.4 for him. Puts him back up into P1. Again, another quarter of a second quicker than Raoul's fastest so far. Himself a bit of space to get a good clean run in. Jarve 72, then third place for him. Dory in fourth currently. Ewok 117, a little bit of a penalty for Ewok, so a little bit wide on one of those corners. Oh, or he's done something similar to that. So 6th place for Steve Scooby. Wheel in the pits, 7th place for him. Mad Quack in 8th, Baggy Snails 9th, West Ham Daz in 10th. So Rose Mike's left the room. He's not been having a good quality, to be honest, so it might just make it slightly safer for the guys out on track. So Raul just letting the guys know they've got 1 minute to try and get a quick lap in. And the race will begin. So is Raul going for a fast lap? Oh, he's holding a penalty, so no is the answer on that one. I am going to brave racing with you lot, Stewie. I am, yeah. Next Saturday night. Next Saturday night, I am. Yeah, I'm going to stream it as well. So I've been signed up to the American team with the P1 boys. They've set up a little race, so sort of the different continents where the cars come from race. So there's Europe, Asia, and America. I've been chucked in the American team, so I've got to drive something with bed springs and flipping leaf springs or something. So Raul has started the race then. We've got 4 seconds till it kicks off. We've got Don Dotter in P1, Raul in P2, Job in P3. That's just disappeared on me. Come on. Don Dotter in first, Raul in second, Jarv in third, Dory 4th, Ewok 5th, Steve Scooby 6th, Rear Wheel 72 in 7th, Mad Quack 8th, Baggy Snails 9th, and West Ham Daz in 10th place. So all the lads have got the revs on, waiting for the lights to go green. So 5 red lights. They're out. Oh, it's a bad start from Jarv 72. Ewok's having to do everything he can to avoid smashing into the back of him. So Don Dotter's managed to get a good start, as is Raul, first and second at the minute. Dory's gone for a move down the inside of Ewok. He's got Steve Scooby following him through as well, so Ewok losing places off the grid there due to that bad start. Sorry, Jarv losing places then to that for that bad start. Ewok making places. Oh, West Ham Daz has just drifted wide, losing the back end of that. I think Baggy Snails might have been involved. A little bit of a tap. So I think Baggy Snails has just pulled over to allow West Ham Daz to get back on track and take that place off him. That's a shame. Well, it's good to see Baggy doing the right thing, just letting West Ham Daz get that place back. He's holding a little bit of front end damage, but it shouldn't bother him too much. Rousey and Babba's managed to get past Don Dotter, take that P1 place at the minute. Dory's having a good race up into third, right on the back end of Don Dotter as well. As I say, with this slipstream in these cars, it will make for some good racing. Ewok's managed to get onto the back of this fight for first as well. Job 72's not out of the picture yet, 5th place for him. That's a good angle to do like that. Got back past Raul then. As I say, with the slipstream, Raul's going for a move straight away. Don Dotter keeping that place though. Raul just happened to run on the grass. Who's that on 4th? Just dive down the inside. Ewok just taking all the grass he can, but Dory's managed to get past Raul. He was compromised through that last corner. So Don Dotter then leading the way on the 3rd lap. Coming up to the 4th, Dory going for Don Dotter going for a move. Oh no, it's Dory. Up into 1st place then, making a move on Don Dotter. Rousey and Baba still in 3rd. Ewok making a move down the inside. I don't think he'll do it through there. Jarv 72 still in 5th, Blue Wheel 72 in 6th. And then we've got Steve Scooby in 7th, Mad Quack in 8th. Seen West Ham Daz and Baggy Snails have a bit of coming together, so 9th and 10th for them, quite a way back as well. A lot of work to do to catch up with the boys in front. So still kicking off then, Dory, Don Dotter, Raul CM, Baba, Jarv 72 and Ewok still fighting. Jarv's managed to get a place back, he's back up into 4th. He's got past Ewok then on lap 4. Don Dotter now taking P1 off Dory. Don Dotter going for a... Dory looking to keep it on track through there, but Don Dotter making a move down the inside. Raul CM Baba looking for a move through the middle of them. Keeping it clean through the chicane. So Don Dotter leading the way through there. Dory taking that P2. Raul CM Baba trying to make a move on him. Jarv 72's peeled out. He's looking to make a move. And the inside of Raul. He was being chased pretty closely by Ewok through there as well. So Steve Scooby's got back into this fight. So it's a 7-man fight at the minute for race lead. Don Dotter has just... Dotter and Dory have just run away a little bit. It is second to Raul CN in 3rd. There's a lot of pressure from Jarv 72. As he come out of this last chicane, Jarv 72 get a good run. He should get the move made on him before the big long right-hander. Out of the slipstream. I thought you'd continue with that one, Jarv. So Don Dotter and Dory then still at it. CM Baba closing the gap now though. He's dragging Jarv 72's gone for a move. He's got it done off Raul as well. Ooh, run himself wide on the grass, as has Ewok 117. Both of those drivers looking to keep it on the grass, on the track there. Pointing the right way at least. So Jarv 72 then under some serious pressure from Raul again. Dory and Don Dotter might swap places here. So Don Dotter just staying in P1. Jarv keeping that place from Raul as well behind. So just starting to break away from the guys behind. Starting to break into a few little pairs. So we've got Don Dotter and Dory fighting for P1. Got Jarv 72 and Raul CM Baba fighting for P3. We've got Steve Scooby and Ewok fighting for P6, 5. Mad Quack kind of out on his own a little bit at the minute. He's been dropped off a load as well, but holding a lot of damage, so I'm assuming Rear Wheel's had a bit of a moment. Yeah, a lot of damage on the front end of that Mazda. So Baggy Snails, he's got past West Ham Daz now, a long way back these two. So a lot of work for these pair to make any good results tonight. Fire themselves back up to the front. Don Dotter's still holding that P1. Dory's not managed to get past him. Raul CM Baba's got back up into 3rd place. He's made a big gap over Jarv 72. No damage on Jarv's car. Just made a mistake, I think. Lost a lot of time to Raul CM Baba. So Steve Scooby and Ewok still going at it as well, looking to swap places. Steve Scooby's got a great run over the hill though, into this wide chicane. Still nothing in it between those two drivers. So Don's still leading the way. Dory's still not managed to take that place. Oh, he's going for a move now though, so he's moved out to the right hand side of the track, taking the inside line. So taking that place off of Don Dotter. Will Don Dotter be able to take him straight back down this next straight? Maybe not quite close enough. CM Baba's still closing that gap on these two as well. Jarv 72 getting back in this fight. Starting to close back up into a 4-way fight for P1 again. Let's just have a look at that fight behind. So Ewok and Steve Scooby are still at it. Steve Scooby still holding that 5th position from Ewok. Just have a quick run through the lap times. So Don Dotter is looking to make moves back on Dory. is back. He's going to drag Rousey and Baba through that gap as well, almost. He's got to be careful he doesn't get pushed down into third then, Dory. No, he's kept that second place, but it is now probably a four-way fight for P1. Oh, but Dory's run himself wide. He's going to lose all sorts of places to that. So down into fourth now, Dory through that mistake. He's still in with a shout though. He's right on the back of these guys. So as I say, the slipstream will play its effect now. As long as he can stick with them. So Ewok holding a little bit of penalty. That will allow Steve Scooby to get away from him a little bit when he loses that. Good job there, Ewok. He's lost his penalty and stuck with Steve Scooby. They're now almost side by side coming down the hill. Great big dark smoker sticker, that's what we want. Cheers, Ewok. So Rear Wheel 72's got past Mad Quack up into 7th place for him at the minute. Was holding a bit of damage, smashed into the wall by the look of it on the front right hand side of that Mazda there. So Mad Quack getting holding a little bit of penalty, 8th place for him as it stands. Baggy Snails and West Ham Daz still in a pretty close fight as well. So West Ham Daz just sticking with Baggy Snails. Second between these two. So Raoul's got himself up into first place then, half a second gap over Dom Dotter. So still the four-way fight for P1. Dory taking a really wide line through there. Looking to hold the speed as he comes out the corner. Get a move done on Jarve 72 through there. Jarve will benefit from a little bit of slipstream from the guys in front as well, so making it more difficult for the guys at the back to get past. Mad Quack's left the room, that's a shame. West Ham Daz and Baggy still at it. Does close that gap, and that's half a second coming down. Just these guys at the front, been a pretty close race so far. So Dory's gone for a move down the inside of Jarve 72, taking that place, moving up into the third. RCN still leading the way. We're on to lap 16, just coming around the last turn before the chicane to start lap 17. Only 10 minutes into this race. Dory then looking to make moves on Dom Dotter already, so getting past Jarve 72 just a minute ago. Jarve 72's got a good toe down there though. It's got the inside line as well. Will he be able to make anything work with that? Not, he has down the inside, but then he'll in the outside. Oh, he has got past Dory. Apologies, I thought he'd duck out when they came into these corners, but he's got past Dory as they were coming around that long right-hander. Dom Dotter's also got past Rousey and Baba through that as well. So side by side for Dory and Jarve coming through there. Jarve getting back up into third place. Rousey and Baba and Dom Dotter side by side coming up to T1. Now holding P1 then through there. Dom Dotter closing that gap all the time though. So I think we need a bit of that one. So we're looking at this snake of cars running through this track. Rousey and Baba in first place, Dom Dotter in second behind him, Dory in third behind him, and then Jarve 72 just bringing up the rear end of that little train. So you can see Dom Dotter closing that gap massively up here. Not able to make a move. I think we'll also go on board with a bit of Jarve 72 as well. He's a little bit far back. Maybe jump on board with Dory then. As he's almost pushing Don Dotter down the track. This is my preferred view, if I'm honest. So all three of these drivers keeping it clean through there. Racing medium starting to look a bit worn out. Only blown through half a tank though, these guys. So Don Dotter looking to make moves on Ralph Siembaba into turn 1. Dory just backing out of that. Staying with the fight. So Jar 72 losing loads of time to these guys, then he's 2 seconds back. The gap is coming down a little bit. It's a bit of work for him to do to get back into this fight. Don Dotter back up into P1. Run through lap times before positions change again. So Don Dotter, his fastest lap not on there. Raul Sient's taken back P1. He has got a fastest lap. That is the fastest lap of the race so far with 39.7. Dory, his also fastest lap not on there. Jarve's lap not on there. This is not working out too well, is it? Steve Scooby's not on there. Right, okay, let me just flick through quickly. We have got a fastest lap. Baggy Snails, 41.1. It's a good job I read that out. It's just gone. Nothing the West Ham does. So let's just have a look at what their fastest laps are that I can see. 40.6, 40.7, 40.6. So 40.6 for Raul. Dotter's back up into P1. His fastest lap is a 40.4 that I can see on there. Dory looking to make moves on Raul. His fastest lap on there is a 40.5. Charles is a 40 points. Oh, he's got a 40.5 as well, lap 13. Ewok 117, he's got a 40.7. Steve Scooby, his fastest lap on there is a 40.7 as well. Real 72, no 40s on there, so he's got a 41.0. Baggy Snails, again no fastest lap. We saw his 41.1, wasn't it? West Ham does, his fastest is a 40.9. Lost a bit of time to Baggy Snails. It's 2.2 seconds up the road. So we'll jump back up to this fight in the front. So Jar 72 has closed the gap onto the back of this fight. So he's less than half a second back off Dory's rear bumper. Siembaba under pressure from all sides then with Don Dotter and Dory trying to sweep past him. Siembaba then, he has lost a place to Don Dotter. Looked like he was just trying to hold the outside line on that corner to have the inside line for this one. It didn't quite work out for him. Don Dotter just had the pace to take him. Going for moves or a little bit of contact between those two. That's slowed all three of them down. It's allowed Don Dotter to disappear up the road. 1.5 seconds that gap now. Dory up into second through that move. Raul Siembaba third. He did look like he was going a bit slow around that last corner though, Raul, for some reason. So I'm not surprised Dory went for the move. It was just maybe a little bit overzealous. Jar 72 then slightly involved with that. He's lost a little bit of time to these guys, but he's still in the fight for second at least. Scraff, man. Scraff, what are you doing? So Don Dotter's still got a bit of a lead. 1.2 seconds that gap coming down though, so he's well within slipstream range now. I can't believe it, Scraff. That means you thought the weekend was 2 days away. Oh, you poor lad. Now I feel a little bit sorry for you, but idiot. idiot at the same time. So Don Dotter's doing a pretty good job of just keeping that gap consistent. Now it's coming down now on this long straight. That's less than a second that Dory Dory's closed that gap to now. So Jarve 72's got past Raoul as well. So Jarve's up to third, Raoul in fourth. So we are almost halfway through this race. Now looking to move on Jarve down the inside, just have to back out. Jarve having the better pace through there. So Dory, I think it's a little bit too far back to make a move already down here. Yeah. He's closed the gap massively on him. So let's see what everyone else is doing. So Real 72 has got onto the back of the fight with Steve Scooby and Ewok then. Ewok up into 5th place. Steve Scooby under a bit of pressure from Real 72 right behind him. Oh, but Ewok's losing places there though. So not getting a good run through that section, allowing Real 72 Scooby to just sneak through. So from 5th to 7th in one corner there, Ewok. Snail's absolutely out on his own, 17 seconds either side of him. So we've got Rear Wheel 72 and Ewok in the pits. See, Baggy's tyres look pretty battered. He may also come in. See, no, he's decided to stay out. But that will just put him up. So we've just got past Rear Wheel and Ewok who've just come out of the pits, but I thought with that fresher rubber they'll be able to take that place back pretty quickly. So Dory's up into P1 now, managing to get past Don Dotter. So it's been a good fight from start to finish. It was sort of almost a 6-7 way fight for P1 at the start of the race. Slowly just started to break up a little bit into a 5-man fight, and then a 4-man fight, and then down to this 2-man fight. So Dory and Don Dotter then got big old gap back to Rousey and Baba, who has pit, as has Jarve 72. So Don Dotter's in the pits now. Let's see where he comes out in relation to Raoul and Jarve. Dory stopped out though, decided to run long. See how that plays out for him. So there you go, Don Dotter right out in the thick of it with Rousey and Baba and Jarve. All these guys. So Jarve's running a little bit more fuel than the guys in front. So whether he's overfueled or whether these two are considering a bit of fuel saving later on in the race, only time will tell. We'll see. Dory has come in the pits now then, so we'll see where he comes out in relation to these lot. He will have to take on a little bit more fuel because he's done that extra lap. So he comes out losing a bit of time to the 3 in front of him. He's 2 seconds down after that pit stop. In the gap already. So Raoul's just got past I was going to say Raoul's just got past Jarve, but Jarve's just run himself wide. He's on the grass, so down into 4th then. So Dory getting through that little melee. Rousey and Baba now pushed down into 3rd place. Dory up into 2nd. Don Dotter again got a bit of breathing room. 7 seconds back to Dory. So Rear Wheel 72 Ewok, and where's Steve Scooby? He's a little way back. He's 2.3 seconds off that fight. All three of these have pits. So Steve Scooby's got a bit of work to do if he's looking to. He has brought that gap down though to 1.7 seconds. So we'll start feeling the effect of the slipstream. Sticking at 1.7, that gap between Ewok and Steve Scooby in 7th. Again, just coming down a little bit through there. Steve Scooby obviously taking a better line through that long right-hander. Again, coming down 1.3 seconds between those two. Let me just jump back up to the front. So Don Dotter back up to P1. Dory looking to make a move. Line looking to take that place easily off of Don Dotter. Rouse and Baba, he's back on these two as well. So just over half a second separates these three. Less than that now. Rouse and Baba right on the back of Don Dotter. Get the run down here. So there's no one in front for Dory to get a toe off, which allows Don Dotter to get a toe, but Rouse and Baba's got, he was really close to Don Dotter coming out of that last chicane. I thought he was closer than he was. So still 1, 2 and 3 on that lap for Dory, Don Dotter and Rouse and 72, now 5.7 seconds back. He's got a bit of a gap back to rear wheel 72, 5.5 seconds back to him. Still under pressure from Ewok 117. So Steve Scooby has now been overtaken by Baggy Snails. Baggy Snails looking to run literally till he runs out of fuel. Baggy chucking in the pits this lap. He's absolutely blown out that front left. Nope, he's running on again, there's Baggy. He's got past Steve Scooby. Steve Scooby been in the pits though, so he'll be able to close that gap up, I'd have thought. West Ham does 5.2 seconds off the back of Steve Scooby. Dory, Don Dotter and Rouse and Baba still having a bit of a fight at the front. So position changes pretty much every lap with this race. Let's have a bit of this for a minute. I do like this view when it's a big old fight. So Dory's made a lunge down on Don Dotter. Dotter pushed down into 3rd then. Dory's looking to get a toe off of Rouse and Baba. Rouse swerving a little bit just to try and drop him. So still nothing in it between these three drivers. They kept it clean and fast for the whole race. It's a shame Jarve's been dropped off the pack a little bit. He has closed that gap a little bit, 4.2 seconds. It was 5.7 I believe last time we looked. So slowly making headway on this fight for P1. Looks like just about to run into a couple of back markers as well. So Dory's got a really good run, as has Don Dotter. Look at the pace of that. Looking to take both of these guys through there. So where's Raoul? There's Raoul side by side with Don Dotter through there. Don Dotter just keeping that place though. So the slipstream effect that Don Dotter had down that start-finish race was immense. I mean, Dory had a toe on Raoul, but flipping heck, Don Dotter came out of nowhere. So I'll tell you what, see what happens this time. See if anyone else gets a super toe. Don Dotter did, but Raoul's trying to put him under pressure. Dory just having to let off the gas there. He was going to almost smash into the back of Don Dotter, so a bit of driving there to not cause any chaos. So still a really good fight for P1 at the minute between these three. We've got Baggy Snails just having a bit of a tussle with Jarve 72. Baggy Snails has been in the pits then, so he's back into race pace. Enough fuel on to finish the race. So, I don't know, not really in the same fight as you can see. 4th for Jarve and 9th for Baggy. But it still gives Baggy someone to sort of race against and, you know, something to aim for, so to speak. So Rear Wheel 72 and Ewok still at it. These two have been attached by a bit of rope pretty much the whole race. Well, I think it was him and Steve Scooby at the start of it. Ewok and Steve Scooby at the start. And then halfway through the race, Rear Wheel Man decided to pick up that rope and tow Ewok down around the track. On his own, 16 seconds the gap to Ewok in front in 6th place. He's got 8 seconds back to West Ham Daz in 8th place, 8.7 seconds. So West Ham Daz then chucking himself in the pits. He's got plenty of fuel on, but those tyres are pretty battered. That front left is taking a beating this whole race. So Raoul CM Baba's got back into this fight. He's up into P1 and just managed to drop Dory a little bit. Only a second back though, so he'll be able to claw that back no problem. So we have only got 10 minutes remaining of this race. So it's now or nothing for these boys. They better try and make a break, or it's going to be like this to the end. So yeah, Baggy Snails managed to stick the Jarve just about. So 16 seconds either side for Steve Scooby. Snails has got West Ham Daz for company now. He's out on fresh rubber. Baggy's only just been in the pits though, so he's got a little bit of wear on those tyres. He's just extending that gap through there, but with the slipstream, West Ham Daz is closing that gap down on Baggy Snails. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Closer to the end of the race, see whether he can close that gap up anymore or even take the position. So Raoul's still out in the front. Dory's got back into the fight, then right at the rear bumper of Don Dotter in 2nd. So Dory is pretty close to Don Dotter. I don't know whether he's maybe not close enough to get a run through there. Dotter taking an early lunge then on Raoul. Dory thinking he can go through the middle, not quite got the pace through there to do that. As they took back into order through the fast chicanes now. So again down to half a second between these three drivers. Totally different lines through there for Dory, Don Dotter and Raoul CM Baba. Raoul seems to like running it wide through there. Don Dotter and Dory seem to keep it slightly tighter. Again, Don's going for that early lunge into this turn. Almost down the track, these three. Getting past Raoul through that right-hander while I was flicking about the cameras. So Don Dotter up into P1. Raoul's getting a good tow down there though. P2 for him. Dory chasing these guys down. 3rd place. So you can see just down that little section how fast Raoul Baba's closing the gap on Don Dotter there. Dragging Dory with him. This last turn before the chicane. Again, all 3 drivers keeping it clean through there. You can see Raoul, he's making a move. So he should easily take that place off of Don Dotter. As you say, Don might just try the same thing next lap. Dropped off again a little bit, but still nothing to worry about. Straight back into it. Again, you can see that wide line by Raoul through there. Completely different to everyone else. Does look like he does carry a bit more speed, so he's looking to make moves on Don Dotter already. Dory straight back in this fight. Says number 1 across Don Dotter's car. So it's a really good fight out in front for P1. And it has been for most of the race, really. So we have got just 5 minutes remaining to the 51st lap of this race. Just about to start lap 52. There it is, Raoul Baba, Dory and Don Dotter. Literally may as well be in the same car, how close they've been all this race. Jarve 72, then he has been dropped a fair old chunk now, 5.3 seconds. And Ewok has got past rear wheel 72, so over to 5th for Ewok. So we'll see whether he can keep that place. From rear wheel 72 before the end of the race, both on very similar fuel and tyres. Steve Scooby just having a race of his own. And we will just check on this fight back here. So West Ham Daz has managed to stick with Baggy Snails, managed to get the place off him. Sticking with him, Baggy Snails has managed to stay hooked on the back of Jarve 72 as well for this last section of the race. Does as well by dragging him through the turns. Both these guys getting a bit of slipstream off of Jarve, even though they're in a totally different fight. So back up to this fight in the front. Raoul Baba now in P1. Don Dotter looking to make moves into turn 1, and he's got that done. Has he? Yes, he has. Raoul Baba tucking in behind him then. So Don Dotter just going a bit defensive. Almost side by side through there. So that was good of Don Dotter to leave room for Raoul. Maybe he thought he was a little bit closer than he was. Still bumper to bumper action from these three. This time, Raoul Baba's straight in there, so he's pulled out to the right. And just done exactly the same thing Don Dotter's done last lap. Unfortunately, Dory can't seem to get rid of that action at the minute. There we go, Don Dotter looking for a move through this fast sweep and chicane. He's got that move done. That's a good move there, Don. Ralsei and Baba then looking to take that place straight back. So as I say, it's coming to the end of the race now. We've just got 2 minutes left. They will hit 3 laps. So it's all to play for these 3. So P1 for Raoul at the minute, P2 for Don Dotter, P3 for Dory. Dory's got a good run down there though. I thought he was closer than he was. Not quite able to make a move. Break away from this little fight then. It's been at it since the start of the race. So Don Dotter going for a move then. Lunge down the inside of that hairpin on Raoul. Back up into P1 for him. Getting that wide line for Raoul. We'll get a great tow for Don Dotter up here. Just looking to take that place straight back off him. Raoul pretty much out of fuel now. Get this lap and one more in. Just go and have a look at that. So West Ham Daz is right on the rear bumper of Baggy Snails. Will he be able to take that place off him before the end of the race? Back up to the front. Don Dotter still holding P1. Ralsei and Baba P2. Dory still in this fight, but still not managing to make any headway on this pair in front. If Don Dotter's got enough of a gap this time to fend off Raoul. So they are side by side through that long sweeping right. Don Dotter has kept the pace through there though, but as has Raoul. Dory still clinging on to that third in the background. Just looking for anything, do anything he can to get through these two. Don Dotter's run a bit wide. That's going to allow Raoul down the inside into the hairpin. So this will break out into the last lap. We've got 4 seconds left of the race. Raoul's managed to get past Dory's managed to get passed up into second. So that was his opportunity and he's taken it with 10 seconds to go in the race. And that's it. Raoul in P1, Dory P2, Don Dotter in P3. Jar bringing home P4. Baggy Snails driving off track for some reason. Ewok coming around the last turn then into the chicane, managing to keep that place, 5th place for Ewok, taking that off of rear wheel 72, down in 6th then for rear wheel. Steve Scooby finished the race in 7th, Baggy Snails in 8th place, and West Ham Daz managed to get that gap down to 1/4 of a second at the line. So we did have a couple of guys leave, but we won't go into that. So another good race from the P1 boys. Well done, Raoul. Some good driving there. All of you lot at the front, really. That was, well, all round. Some good racing all round. But the fight at the front was the one, really. That's where it was all at. So I hope you like what you're watching. It was pretty intense. Position swapping left, right and centre. There will be more of this Sunday, so make sure you come back for more of the same. Might be slightly different driver in the room. As I say at the start of the stream, it's just down to who can race Sundays and who can race Thursdays. You will see some of the same drivers in there because some people can race both days, but it'll be just as mental. So it is this is round 3. As I say, Sunday will be round 3 as well, but it won't be from this track. They've mixed up the tracks for the Sunday lobby versus the Thursday lobby, just so the people who are racing in both don't get practice on Thursday and then kick everyone's arse on Sunday. That won't be cricket, would it? So yeah, I hope you like a bit of that. That was good fun. That was. Again, come back Sunday for some more of the same. So for myself, I think that's when I am back Sunday night for more of the P1 boys, Mazda. That's the Sunday lobby, and then Monday at 8:30 for the next gen minis. That's the Chewit Mini Racing. Let me get that right. Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. That's the one. Don Dotter, no problem, mate, no problem. So yeah, that's Monday, and then I'm back Wednesday again at 8:30 for the team versus team. So some of these boys are actually racing in that as well. So we've got who have we got? Oh, he's left the route now. Oh no, he's not. Baggy Snails. He's racing in that, but in the Pro-Am lobby, we've got Big Les Kun, who's not in the room tonight. He's racing in Pro. There's a couple of others as well. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But yeah, make sure you come back for some of that. So there is a special race happening next Saturday, the 9th of November, which I'm actually racing in. I'm not commentating over it. I'll be racing in. P1 boys have asked me to, well, they've not. They posted a race up, GR4 class, and I thought, oh, I fancy a bit of that. And they said, are you commentating? I said, no, I'm racing. Get me in. So I'm in. I'm racing for Team America. America! Yeah! So I'm racing for Team America, like I say, so I'll be driving bed springs and leaf springs and rear wheel flipping truck axles and God knows what. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cheers, Stewie. No problem. Dory Majority. Cheers, no problem. Thanks, yeah. Aaron Timberlake. Remember, 9th of November. You heard me just talk about it, brother. You just heard me talk about it. Continental Cup. It's a one-off race, so there's going to be 3 heats. It's sort of semi-random grids for the 3 heats. So it's a random grid for the first race, and then it's a reverse grid of that random grid for the second race, and then the positions are kind of mashed up to make sure everyone's kind of in a position, if you like, for heat 3. And then the outcome of all 3 of those heats, the scores for each 3 of these heats, determines your grid position for the start of the race. So that is next Saturday, November the 9th. Make sure you come and check that out. Rouseyens just popped up on the PlayStation chat. Thank you. No problem, mate. No problem. So that's my lineup. Back Sundays at 9 o'clock for the Sunday lobby of the P1 Mazdas. Monday at 8:30 for the Next Gen Racing Chewit Mini Cooper Cup. Wednesdays 8:30 for the Team versus Team event. Some of these P1 boys will be racing in that. That's P1, Next Gen, MRC and SimFX. 4 different sim racing groups in that. And then yeah, following on from that, back next Thursday for more of the same of this. So again, I hope you like what you're watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Darksmoka, I'm out of here.